Here's some of the things that are important to me. 15 years ago, 16 years ago, when the housing market crashed, I think we talked about it earlier a little bit, the county commission wisely opened the door to development because we needed the tax base for home sales. We needed that. The value in 2009 dropped 20%, in 2010 it dropped another 20%. For a county that depends on the ad valorem taxes from home sales, it was really a financial disaster. And so they wisely opened the doors to development. But the challenge is that we don't face that same situation today than we did then. There's this mindset of whatever they bring before the county commissioner, whatever they throw against the wall is going to stick and we're going to approve it. It's gone on way too long. And as you can tell, trying to get from one place to the next, we're way over our skis with development. They have not put infrastructure in. It's too cheap for them not to do it. They save millions of dollars. They make millions of dollars by not doing the things that they should have done in the first place. And the county commission they've allowed them to do it, and they're continuing to allow them to do it. So the first thing we have to do is we've got to pull back on growth. We've got to put that money into infrastructure. The second thing is the budget. Look, I was in state government for 26 years, and there were many times when after the legislative session, the boss would bring us all together and say, all right, nobody's getting a pay raise, and we have to cut our budget 10%. And you know what we did? We just went back to work, because that's what you do. And I'm not saying that we can cut the budget 10%. What I'm saying is that there are ways, places that we can make cuts, that we can cut this fluff out, because they've been building this budget $200 million a year for the past 6 years. And that's not my words, that's Eddie Kramer's words. He's the one that'll tell you that he brings the ad valorem tax rates to the county commission every year and says, if you keep the millage rate the same, our property taxes have gone up, so our taxes are going up. But they'll tell you that we didn't raise the millage rate. And what they don't tell you is that our taxes continue to go up every year. And with the addition of new homes and new property taxes, plus the increase in taxes, we're adding about $200 million to the budget every year. And if we could simply, I know this sounds simple, and it might not be this simple, but if we could just change the designation of where that new growth money goes to, we could fund our own infrastructure projects to the tune of $1 billion in 5 years. We've got the money. We're a rich county. The second thing they'll tell you, well, we've got one of the lowest tax rates in Florida. Have you heard that one yet? We got one of the lowest tax rates in Florida. Y'all should be thankful that we're not raising our tax rates, because we're one of the lowest ones. But what they don't tell you is that a house in St. Johns County is worth double what it is in Putnam County. So our tax rate might be just a little bit lower, but our value is double. So we're paying a lot more in taxes. So it's very disingenuous. That's one of the things that drives me crazy. Just tell us the truth. Just come out and say, this is what it is, and this is what we plan to do to fix it. But instead, they hem and haw, and they shade, and they put smoke and mirrors out there and try to fool you into thinking that they're doing something wonderful. Third thing, parks. I love parks. I'm a parks guy. My wife and I, we volunteered literally tens of thousands of hours coaching, mentoring, little league, high school, middle school. We've done it all. And when my son-in-law, who's the father of my grandboys, who are ball players, comes to me and says, "Hey, look, we need can you help try to find us a place to go play ball? There's something wrong in this county." So I'm a big parks guy. But what I am not a big fan of is doubling our county debt in order to put 4 parks in the northeast part of the county. Right. $120 million. And they'll tell you, well, we're going to add fire stations, we're going to add libraries, and we're going to add parks. Well, I love the fact that they're thinking about our firemen, because they're very, very important. They're not only important to me now, the older I get, especially in these heart attack years. I'm 64 now. I'm like, we need a good rescue service. But our insurance rates are tied to how long it takes a fire truck to get to our house. So that is very, very important. But don't come to me and say that we're going to double our debt from $100 million to $220 million and then blow smoke up my skirt by saying that none of your tax dollars are gonna pay for it. You know how we're gonna pay for it? They're bonding, that's where they're getting the money from. You know how they're gonna pay for it? Oh, we're gonna use impact fees. Oh, that's easy, let's just use impact fees. But they don't tell you that they don't have the money in the impact fees now. The money coming from impact fees is based on future growth. So if we don't keep growing at this crazy rate, we won't be able to pay for the debt they're racking up today. And that's not right. And that's just 3 of the things out of a whole bunch of things that we could talk about that is the reason why I'm running for County Commission District 3. And one other thing. My wife is telling me that I need to explain part of the HIT pieces, because a lot of people are asking me, why would I take a $400,000 loan from the government and never pay it back? I took a $400,000 loan from the government and wait, how's the voice going commercial? And never paid it back. I like the way I did it. Well, this little thing called COVID about 4 years ago, they shut our business down. And so when we got an opportunity to apply for a PPP loan, we did. And we qualified for a $400,000 loan. Because we used the money for what it was for, we didn't lose any employees. We kept all of our, over 100 employees we kept employed. But because we used the money to pay payroll, to keep people employed, they forgave us our debt. So that's the $400,000 loan that they said that I took from the government and never paid back. I didn't pay it back because I didn't have to. So, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, because I'm in the mood to talk.